Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Lmacncheese. And tonight we have some Soulframe news. This is the founders for Preludes 2. We have about 2 videos to go over, and then we got some patch notes to look over and stuff like that. So far, I've been enjoying Preludes 12. I got a little bit into it, not a lot, but the new Greatsword, wow, perfecto right there. I love the new Greatsword, the new customizations, armor sets, and all that stuff. We'll talk about it. But first, I want to go over these videos. We showing off the dev Q&A, and then we also have a founders pack showing or a display video on top of that. So let's get into the video, and then we'll discuss more down the road.
My rivers writhe. My forests fold. My wildings rise from dolmen's cold. My blue blood three, I gifted thee. For Tethrin, braveling brute. My Fina. Marrow binds the ivor blade. For a shelter. Magic mockling, a finger. The older staff. Snapped from sacred tree. And Sirin. Sneaky, sneaky. Stole a golden lash before I could gift it. Taught cross the starling bow. When the felling fields burned, my gifts returned. Sharp end first. So wear the hide of wild kin for thee, envoy. My arm, my skin. Find me, fawn. Betray me again.
Didn't know this show had anything to do with gameplay in there or story wise on there. Now, cool trailer. I like the armor set. I think blue was my favorite one. My main problem I hear is a lot of these sets are for the whammons, and I'm a dude. I like more of my masculine kind of gear and stuff like that. They did say I don't have to go. I'll go over it in the Q&A, but we're going to have two different versions of each of all the armors. So I think, and it's hard to tell because I don't. It's just like, but when I see like breastplates, stuff like that, I imagine this is main for a female character or a feminine kind of character and stuff like that. They're still really cool, but it's just like a lot of these. This one's kind of like it's just like a weird two bulkies around one's kind of. But the blue one's like perfect. I like this one a lot. I used to wear the pants. You might see some of my drip I do in this game, but it's just like I want to wear this one, but it's just like it's more geared towards the feminine type. It's not really me. So, but I did say that you're probably gonna have two versions of each armor, so you can wear which one you want to wear. And then like I said, and also the arms are really cool. The prime, I thought they're not called prime. They're called wild or something like that. For they're called arm designs are really cool. On top of it, weapon designs are really cool too. Um, a lot of stuff is just really cool here. So it's gonna be also you get that founder pack, and I bought $100 edition. You have the birds here and stuff like that. They're really cool. So let's get into the next video we have over here as well. And this video here is the Q&A we have with, I believe this is Sarah. Are you Sarah? I have Steve. I know Steve. Everybody knows Steve. So, what's all they're going to talk about
Let's
today?
go. Steve, hello. I have some founder-based FAQs based on DevStream 11 last week.
Perfect.
Yeah, are you going to answer them for us?
I'm going to try.
Okay. Number one, how do I get founders? When? Where is it?
Well, you go to soulframe.com, of course. We're not going to be on 25th.
Okay.
Yes, so next week on the 25th is where the website will get updated, and you can support us with a founders pack.
Excellent. And how long will this be available to purchase founders?
This will be available for at least many months, several months. But the main thing is when we're ending it, we'll make sure you have lots of time in advance.
Many months. I thought it'd be like almost a couple
won't
years.
just yoink it away.
Okay. Will founders be available for our console envoys in the future?
So yes, in the future they will. So what we're going to do with
That's a good
Soulframe,
question.
a little bit different than Warframe, is when we launch on a new platform. We're not ready to go to console yet, but we don't want you to miss out on this. So when we go to a new console platform, we'll open up founders again for a little window. So sorry about that. We're kind of at a PC phase right now, but we'll make sure when we do come to your console that you get a chance. Thank you.
Okay, we saw the 3 wilds and the Paragon options available. Can I purchase more than 1 wild? Can I upgrade to Paragon later on if I decide to do so? How does that work?
Yes, and it'll be prorated, so we'll subtract the difference in the price there. So it should be very easy. We're just testing that now, but you absolutely will be able to upgrade.
Okay, excellent. Jeff's birthday is coming up. I want to gift Jeff founders. Can I do that?
Looks like for next week, the answer is no. I am still kind of working with the web team a little bit on if this is possible, but right now, can't promise it. Sorry.
Okay, can I purchase
Sorry, Jeff.
founders? Sorry, Jeff. It's
Sorry,
actually
Jeff.
his birthday
Yeah.
next October, I think. So maybe there's time. Maybe
there's time. Well, I don't think it'll last that long.
Can I purchase a founders pack on Steam or any other platforms like that?
No, not for next week. The initial founders offering is going to be just through soulframe.com.
Excellent. And there were some comments from the concept art shown about the wilds that the aesthetics were not cool enough,
Right.
not
Right.
interesting enough yet. Anything
Yes.
to say?
Oh,
Well, it does.
This
It
is-
does come in kind of hot for our dev stream, and we are adding the additional shoulder aesthetics.
Okay.
And they also are going to have an interesting gameplay mechanic, which we didn't get time to talk about. But when you soul steal the appropriate virtue, there actually is going to be an embedded virtue gem that lights up and gives you
that's in the sword right now, actually.
gameplay benefits for that, boosting your virtue in that regard. And of course, if you fall on the battlefield, you'll lose that. So there's sort of some interesting trade-offs there. So yeah, we're going to be improving that before we launch next week.
Great. Is the
Yeah.
Paragon Greatsword the
Yes.
only founder exclusive item that founders can eventually craft and share with non-founders?
Yes, it is the only one that has that exclusivity to that Paragon tier. So how that works is it's a bit like Excalibur Prime, but it's not, because as a Paragon founder, I'll be able to make a blueprint for other people to craft their own with my name kind of stamped into it. But it is the only one that kind of works like that for what we're offering with founders. That weapon also has some interesting aspects to how it treats the soul steal mechanic in Soulframe,
Yeah.
where it will also power up the courage within, the courage, spirit, and grace within. So it does have some interesting gameplay mechanics. The two things I also should mention is we are still working on the animation stuff. Some of the people were worried about some of the poke attacks not being powerful enough, and those are getting reworked as we speak. And then the
Yeah, they
other
have a little bit of
interesting
clunk
thing
to
I
it.
saw brought up was a
Still
kind of a
fun, though.
concern
Oh.
about the power creep of these types of games, and if will that weapon still be relevant? And of course, we'll have the rune and the totem system that allows you to take one weapon and play it for years. And then also, we hope to add next year this stitching, working on more than just armor, but also on weapons as well. So we'll be able to kind of do a mix and match of the aesthetics if you want to keep that longer in the game. So yeah, we'll do our best to make sure that that thing is always interesting for you.
Great. Okay, pivoting a bit, we had some negative reactions to Zenith, our capitalism camel's wares.
Right.
We showed some Drax selling for arcs, and there were some not so happy campers about what we showed, especially the
Yes.
quantities of that. So to clear
Yes.
that up a bit.
Yes, so that Zenith, the capitalism camel, has had just gone in And so some of those things were placeholder, and also I have the ick when I see the Drax for Arcs in there as well. That will not be in the release next week.
Yes, so just a prototype of what Zenith's final bears will be.
That's right.
No Drax for Arcs.
No.
Confirmed.
We're also going to take a look at the slot pricing and the number of slots that you get when you start the game without having to spend any free arcs or paid for arcs. So we're going to do a balance pass on that and try to make sure that it passes the icky camel spit test.
No icky camel spit.
No icky camel spit.
Will we be able to choose an Eternium Garden instance and the place where we want to go and plant our flowers?
Yes. So how it works is
interesting.
As things fill up, we start adding more empty instances. So if you have a friend you want to coordinate with and plant in the same spot, you'll definitely be able to do that.
Excellent. Okay, last question. I know you have to get back to it. Will we have any more resets? I think fears were just coming up about this again. Obviously, I want to get founders.
This
I don't want to
question is
lose
asked
anything.
all the time.
Final answer.
Yeah, so we're not going to do any resets. The only sort of caveat there is, just like we do sometimes in Warframe, we might rework a system to try to improve it for everyone, or we might change how some items work. Just like in Warframe, we'll make sure we work really hard to give you either refund on points if you spend it in a system, or give you like-for-like items, but we're not going to be resetting accounts.
Excellent. Yeah, I think early days, but lots ahead, and we're really excited for those interested in founders. So,
Yes.
anything else to say to the envoys?
Nope, just see you next week, and great questions, and yeah, talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I love how when I'm like watching this, I'm like nodding in my head as if I'm being there, talking in there, in like little voice call and stuff like that. It's really funny, by the way. You just kind of just understands being said. But you know, Q&A, rare questions. So I've seen a thing like that. Like the armors aren't cool enough. Like me personally, like I said, I'm not a fan of the green and the red set. I don't know even if they did change the gender of the set. They had like a male variant of it. I don't know if I still be a fan of it. They're kind of, I don't know. I seen a comment on Reddit about it. Like these kind of armors, like they look good in concept as just like art, but in like practicality, kind of like, because this one's just like I'm a guy who loves bulk armors. I love me some really like big, beefy like armor, like WoW type shoulders and stuff like that. You know, like Gears of War, beefy guys, stuff like that. Stuff like let me some nice bulk, or like some really cool pauldrons and a cape. That's like my favorite stuff right there. But it's just like this one, like the red one was just like, this is a little much for me. The green one is just like, the one's like in the middle, which is like my kind of one I like, and that kind of stuff like that. But it's cool. So hopefully, like I said, I'm not, going to be crying and I don't like them. If they're not for me, to get somebody's gonna like them. If they're not for me, they're not for me. But I pay for this pack just because I want to support the game. So I'm not, even if I don't like the armor set, the greatsword's still cool. The birds are still fucking awesome. The amulet you get is really cool too. The amulet like transforms, it had like birds that swirl around you and stuff like that. It comes with a lot of like money on top of that to spend in the store as well, buying all the stuff. So I'm just like, I'm not, like it sucks for me, but I hope everybody else enjoys it because like other people are like pretty cool, but for me, it's just not for me. So, anywho, let's move on to the final section, which should be the patch notes. And here we are with the final section for the patch notes. Now, bear with me. Y'all know around here, I am all flat reading sometimes for no reason. I try and read as slow and concise as I can. Patch notes will be in the description for yourselves, and I hear my terrible narrating over them along with the other two videos. So, this is posted on Monday, 11:43 p.m. I was at wake. No, I was asleep. So, what time work? Anyway, you hear too a song of old names. Tethran, Oselda, Siren calling envoys to don the gifts of Wilds Lost. Soulframe preludes 12 Wilds arrives. Assyrian camel smuggles wares through the Silvern Seas. Great swords carve new arcs in the Midrath, bristles with old and hum and argy cry. Ustads carry envoys between two world trees, siege smolders with rising infamy, and a favorite of old returns, the Kogoe. Or the Koga? The Koga. I think this is the steel path or the hard mode boss rush thing they have going on. Fable, stealing the soil, entwine anew. Come, envoy, step deeper into the wilds. Join us, won't you? Alongside Founders Update focuses on an iteration of quality of life improvements that are refined into systems and content already in Soulframe. This includes reworks of packs, sieges, and a new player experience. Look how small this update is. Like this whole game, like Rollframe and Soulframe and the final slash arc raiders, like these games have this such incredible small space required for so much content in the game. It's ridiculous. I absolutely love it. So quick heads up, and I was playing, so I played with my boy for the fire pack's name, but I'm really tired. But the buffs he got for the fire pact, they are so good. Everything feels so much smoother. I'll go and test all the packs, but so far, my boy of Cinders, I call him Captain Yamato, is really good. So, for those who've been following our journey since the very beginning, and those who seek to support Soulframe from its very roots, we introduce you to Soulframe founders. Oh, this is always if you need a written description of what you get. So, embody the virtues of the wilds, choose between wild, Tetherin wild, Osrin wild, Siren, and Paragon. Acquire unique packs, armors, weapons, sidearms, fragments, spirit guard, spirit skins, tails, and ammos of the wilds. Sidearms? I don't remember getting sidearms in the pack. I remember getting the great sword. We getting sidearms? Did I not check? My motive is in your envoy icon, both in game and official Soulframe. Oh, we did want this actually. I like the icon. It's the same thing. Okay, each founder's tier grants its own ancestral crest motif. Gain arcs and monster thread. Moonsteel. Receive founder codes for Soulframe. Place a bloom in the Iridium Gardens. Find these fake gardens unveiled through the playing Silver Song near the fold. For those willing, embody the virtues of three-wheel packs and fabled splendor. Brand Grand Sword is yours, the wheel chosen of the Empress. So is that chick? So that okay. Great Sword is really great. I really love this weapon. I've been waiting for his Great Sword for many a prelude. Make your mark on the world of Alka. Help build Soulframe from its foundation. Become a founder for Soulframe today. Links will be in the description as well. We just got done watching this video. This is the capitalist camel. If you go in game, this is how you access the founder packs, and I'll send you over to the website, I believe. And everything, as soon as you buy it, everything pops up in the game, so nothing really to worry about or nothing to claim. A new mysterious merchant has arrived in Nightfall Zenith, a Dale Seer camel who has somehow gone unnoticed by the Ode, an ordinary member of the enslaved Arab caravan, except what's that hanging around his neck? Which I assume this is his eyeball. This is what you see when you pop up the thing. I think this is CD answers for Canadian currencies. Mine, I'm in America. The highest pack was $30, so at 30 a pack, and then you put the tax on there, 100, or was it 109? I forget, but that's what I paid for my pack. So this is the great sword right here. This thing is meaty. This is the jewels they were talking about in the video, where like if you do a smite, each gem will glow for which enemy you smited and whatnot. Wait a second. How does he have gauntlets of the Ode? How does he have Ode gauntlets? Did he change it? No, these are primaries. So how did he have that? This is just I gotta check. This is confusing me. A new grip type arrived, the Great Sword, a heavy sweeping weapon with its own distinct common arts. Built for devastating wide sweeps and crushing power, the Great Sword offers a fresh flow for those who favor deliberate, high-impact combat, the Paragon. Another thing is, this weapon feels like it's really fast. Like, I don't really feel a difference in weapon speeds, if you know what I'm saying. Like, between having a split sword, the dual swords, having a single sword, a Great Sword, throwing weapons, and sword and shield, everything feels relatively fast. And I was kind of hoping that Great Sword would be a little bit slower, but a bit more impactful. Like, the hits still chunk. Like, I'm hitting, I think my highest hit was like 122 on a level 1 Great Sword, no mods or anything like that in there. So I do hope, I like a nice meaty swingy, like guts high swinging sword. It's still fast, but I wouldn't mind if you slow it down a little bit to give it some more damage. Or we have like a trade-off in the skill tree, like you can swing it faster for less damage or a sword for more damage kind of thing. It'd be really cool. So I don't know about the descriptions because the video is gonna be really long in the first place. So we'll just skip along and go down here. This is also the armor. It looks great, but it's just like it's just a little too bulky. Like I like this, but then I like it, but I don't. Nilsa, I believe this is the first Great Sword we ever actually seen. Actually, this is what they showed us in the preludes. Like, I want to say 9 or 8. They showed us one off. And then you have this one, which is from the king right here. I think other drops in here. This one is from the king, who's in a throne surrounded by all his guards, this is a really cool one. I really like this one. I might use this one the most. I want to show you the description because I want to get this one myself. The undead greatsword of the Lmacncheese knight, named for the owner's intentions. Pretty was there in a owner's charge, tucked into his scabbard. Though her knight, like most of others on that watch, a wretched march, perished before he could draw his sword. She waited in her scarab. A race rose and fell, until at last her knight climbed from the grave to draw her at last. Fragments of Priya will drop from the certain dead king. The one thing I want, because obviously you don't use this like the actual king does, where he uses like the scabbard and great sword, which would be really super sick if they had like special styles for special weapons. I'm just saying, give special weapons special stances. But I want weapons to have their own, like in Warframe, weapons have their own passives too. And I want each weapon that's like you need to have their own passive as well. It's really cool to have things like this. That'd be a really cool system just to have. Like every weapon has their own unique system or their unique passive trait. And I really want that, because this could like summon like minions or something like that. Cause like cover people in the in Old Icar or something like that. So if you're listening, weapon passives. I'm just saying, we already have the mod system on top of that, but I don't see any reason that we want to have something like that. It'd be really cool. So, like I said, I'm gonna do like I said, but I want to do a video. I'm saying for a while of like things I want in the game, the things that be really cool into the game. A nice like top 5 list kind of thing. So I might do it very soon, and I'm definitely gonna put that on the list of like weapon passives should be a thing. So, Rise Envoy, new player experience improvements. You lay asleep under the shore while a sparrow waits to guide you, while an old man calls from an empty cottage, while a whisper from the silvering guesses your family tree. The Dale Seer is near. Rise Envoy. New envoy awaken on the shoreline and are guided by the sparrow to an empty cottage, where our journey from more clearly begins. Was one complaint as you just seen with a lot of people get lost in this game. I had a friend who plays it, and she was just the most lost, adorable thing ever. And I'm like, follow your sparrow, it guides you where you need to go, or just do stuff until you find stuff. Like Warframe's always been a game about whether it was on purpose or not. I feel like it probably wasn't on purpose, that you just kind of go and do what you want, and kind of you just stumble upon stuff. So they're getting better with it. So this is their attempt at doing that over here in Soulframe. It still didn't work for Warframe, but over here they didn't over here. So try before you choose. Starting packs and ups are now tested in Nightfall before continuing to choose a path, which I had that. Again, I knew what I wanted, but that'd be cool. It replaces the former starter gear chest and the last pensive. Chosen starter weapons now must be earned normally. Bargains for early systems, improved trivialization for special sight, the spirit guide, and other key early in game mechanics to help you get your bearings. Improve the last pensive with added trivialization, refine early game combat, and clear flow and guidance. Improve the opening of the torment stag with better guidance, refine enemy and chest placements, and smoother interactions with the avocat. Including making it easier to break avocat's cage with bows. Please note, for the customization options during the opening of the game, war songs will arrive in later updates. Concepts, pieces for this, and more can be seen spoiled below. And this is me by talking about new faces and new hairs as well. And this is your mama, our mamas, and this armor looks really cool. Like, this is a super cool outfit. I don't know, I might wear something like this, but if it was, it probably is not made for men. I think she's like she's a role only to women to have, and they got a special kind of armor. She's really cool too. So, and I believe they have hair in here as well. They have the face tattoos, which will be shared with your pupper. I want to get that online because to have your own dog's gonna be really cool. They showed the mount, and I don't know if that was Orangol or our own dog. Something I don't think there was a white dog you can get from the quest, but whenever we get our own pup, and this is us bald headed with the hood on and the starter gear. I really like these two right here. These are my favorites right here. They're all cool, but these two are my favorites. This one's cool too, and it'll show with your pup. I wonder how it's gonna be able to see. Cause I chose the black dog, so I'm not sure if it'll be easy to see on that one. See, this is some of the bosses they added, I believe. Name is given to the lurking sub boss scattered across Alka the Argari. Hey, the new Argari now stalk the Nethans glades of Ardunian and the Denmark honesty, including Essential, the Widower, Gordo, Forfeller, Helu, Secure, Errant Vela, and Gruel Seeker Sontero. Is this thing? Oh, so I think this is just the. Is this? Oh no, this is added 2 new bosses, I believe. Senior Grant have received broad combat and balance improvements and are forced to identify as powerful challenges in the world. Animation, stability, health, armor, and wards have been refined, and each day now accompanies these encounters. Like from the background looks great, but it's just from the front, it's just like eh. Figure out to earn runes and other rare treasures. Be aware of these fierce foes, especially when you invoke the Koga. I do like, I'm all for a simple reskin, but as long as they have like their own new mechanics and stuff like that, I am all for it. I think this is like more of a mech type person. I thought that one has actual flesh. The Koga, which I need to learn because I do how to do myself. Forgotten Fey War rises. A ritual rises again. Once used to test the resolve of Fey Wars against the Agari, the Koga returns as a player-triggered elixir challenge. Drink it and the world of Soulframe turns darker, cooler, and far more rewarding. The Buddha Koga was a triumph against odds, not envoy that trial is yours. How to begin the Koga. Discover the witch remaining by cleaning the brewer house and level her to rank 1. I know they how to level her up. I think you had to bring her dyes, or you can't bring her cheese yet, but how do you level her up? I don't know how level she is. You Agaric and gather agaric mushrooms. Warrior mushrooms, also known as Fey Stool, a potent source of magic traditionally consumed in the Fey ritual of the Koga. Old superstitions say that once who craves agaric has been marked as an enemy of the Fey. Any creature who eats too much is cursed to become mushroom food in turn. Bring the agaric to craft Koga elixir, an ancient Fey rite meant to be drunk before battle. I think I have a couple of these actually. So drink slates to begin the ritual of Koga. Seek out Agari Lost, and soon you'll taste the cost. The Koga. The world shifts under Koga. A red glow settles across Elka. Difficulty rises and Sarah becomes uncertain. While under these conditions, its effects levels increase and enemies grow stronger as you defeat the Agari. Envoys are debuffed. Arcane cooldown increase. Health should drop, become rare. And degradation of melee health cover is reduced. This is the health back system where you get hit and get health back if you hit somebody. Who can be entered it solo or in squads for up to 3. Co-op allies can freely revive one another as long as at least one envoy remains standing. Once the fight begins, envoys are committed to battle. Running away ends the ritual in cowardice. During a Agari fight, the Nightfall cannot be entered until combat ends. Rewards, unique runes. Oh, lore drops from talismans that grant buffs during Koga and track success in the ritual. The Koga Lorcan, where the fell Agari moments go, now lies these are little tidbits of things you get here. Makes it too long, so I'm gonna skip over these. Passions will be down if you want to get it yourself. Koga visuals, effects, and Koga damage scaling will find their way in their near future hotfix. This show is intended for experienced envoys who want to test their builds, sharpen their skills, and face Agari under harshest conditions. While getting feedback during its first version, the Koga ends in cowardice or in death. This is basically like Steel Path almost. Like I don't think anything is gonna be significant more besides they just do more damage and stuff like that. I do hope if they do continue to do this one, which they probably will, I hope we get like any variants that are exclusive to this game mode. So like there'll be just exclusive enemy types that are like you don't see them unless you're in the Koga. It'd be really cool. Like Ghost. You should add some Hoosh Nation kind of enemies because you are drinking an elixir that messes with your mind. You should add some of those too. Be cool. Voicing Seed Take Us Home. After clearing the Waste Bear Fable, envoys receive a curious gift from Bromius, a living plant in the Nightfall that now bears Webbit Seeds, a renewed resource that allows swift travel across Midrath. Webbit Seeds, the sacred child of the Webbit Wood, contained within its wisdom of the ancients of the ever-reaching Webbit roots that tunnel beneath all of Midrath. You Webbit Seeds, the top routine, cleanse world trees, and enter your envoys enclaves entrance to Midrath. Viewer will see inventory in the bottom left of the map. Each use consumes one seed. These seeds will teleport squad members in multiplayer, which is a great change. I just want to, because you want to enjoy this world, and it was talked about how they regret giving Arcwing to people in Soulframe, because you don't see, or let's say Warframe Soulframe, in Warframe, because if you're playing Island or any of the open world areas, you kind of just fly over everything. You don't see the beauty on all of what they put into that anymore, because you're just flying from point A to point B. That's why they have these little things like the kite and this little board and stuff like that. And now we have this, which is great, because now we just teleport between trees. We'll be in the area we need to be in. Sometimes we gotta travel a little bit far. We have quests that go to the left and right and little things like that. So it makes the world richer. And at some point we're gonna have mounts on top of that, so they'll be even faster. And then we'll have like mantling. I don't know if we're ever having like parkour systems in our kind of game that makes us move a little bit faster just on our feet in general. But for now, this is what we got, and this is good enough for me. So, did I read all this? I did. Siege reworks. Thus, the humble hamlet of Curlail and its fort are found hoisted from the endangered and held in wretched Ode's machinations. Siege has received a foreboding rework, including the siege fort of Curlail, Old Infamy, more intuitive, starting UI and completion fanfare. The dictated fort Curlail voice will traverse the with Sync Grappler and Man Biscam as you contend with a shifting castle bent on pelting you from afar. I did this already on accident. I was trying to figure out how to get in here. If you know how to get in here, this cannon right here will blow open the front door. And the end siege is just like some console or some kind of device like right here. See this? You can't really see it, but you gotta blow it up or something like that. Fire. I want to test them, because I set it on fire because I have Mora's flame, and I don't know if that'll instantly like solve the whole thing, because I set it on fire. I want to test it out and see if it actually works or not before you find if it actually does. By approaching a captured fort, envoys receive an indicator notifying that they begun a siege. There is no shame in leaving to recoup, but an envoy will be alerted that there is sundering the siege. Let's see. Yeah, right here, you kind of just walk into the front, and you kind of just do your thing. So, Old Infamy. The old are keen to know who is stirring such turmoil upon their captured cobblestone. By cleaning sieges, envoys will earn the Old Infamy. Earn Infamy has successfully burn the old lanterns at the end of the counter. Yeah, so if you gotta burn it, I wonder if I could literally just pop over there and shoot my flame at it, and then instantly finish the thing, or run through it, burn it, and get out. I want to see if that actually works or not. So, if it does, I'll put in a comment down below. I mean, by eliminating the present Agari, seeing with each death, losing infamy for each ring secure left standing. If you, So assume if you lose, or you don't get as much, you probably don't lose any, but you probably don't get as much at the end. So, I expect the Ode to strike upon you, gain infamy in future updates, as you fear their ire, which is a really cool idea. I did have a suggestion, I don't think it took it from me or what have you, or it's that idea in mind, but I wanted something to like kind of hunt you down, like you're this badass, they know all about you, so they probably want to send somebody out there who's looking for you, stuff like that, and then like almost in the Shadow of Mordor realm of like Nemesis systems and stuff like that, or you have the Kuvaliches and stuff like that, but more they find you, so you have to find them kind of thing. So you're really cool. So, and it's just this constant presence, which might get annoying, I'd imagine. I do hope they have something for me personally. I wouldn't care, like if I'm on the way, and I get ambushed, it'll add something to it, like it'd be cool if they have ambushes for stuff and they can pop up anywhere in any activity. That'd be really cool. And something owed to stray upon your gain of me in future updates. I read that part. See where changes. I just can expect to see siege dropping rewards related to the types of foes within, such as Everflame from Gold, which are in flux and under adjustment. Rewards are granted after burning the old lantern instead of the Castellan packed improvements. This is the one right here. Will take crack and Everflame part of her new preludes to bring the host of pack changes as well as improvements towards efforts to cast arcanic stuff like that. So I think this is here to bro. Look at that. It even has the sheath on the back of it. I know it came with the sheath, bro. I gotta get this great sword now because it has the thing on there too. Like everything, basically what they did is basically make things do more damage. They made things faster and just a lot less of a hassle to do. And you know, it can't be knocked out. It can't be interrupted out of caching now and stuff like that. It's cool. I'm not gonna go over all this because you know this is just general changes and that doesn't apply to all of you. But find what you need to find on here. Link me down in the description. So we gotta keep on moving. Enclave and Faction Down improvements. Whether you find yourself within the Rose List Sailor Halls, the graves of a king or a mossy verdant peace faction offering the XP have been replenished and retuned. Faction XP earned has been increased depending on the tail level range. Okay. So I assume this is a zone you're in. And I don't know how they're doing zone levels and stuff like that. But, So depending on what level you're at, 3 stars, because I'm always doing, I only really do 3 stars because if it's only challenging, there's content there and it's like usually the best one to do. So I think this still does incentivize you to be in the higher regions of the world to do your faction tales. It's just like the opposite ends of the world. I think on the edge is usually high level stuff. I do hope at some point they will just do world scan, but I don't know if you do this in the Koga too as well, but you probably can't. Faction links and step distribution has been redistributed. 3-star tales containing a dungeon now only have 3 steps from 4, which is nice because if I want to do 4 steps in the dungeon, I just do 2 in the dungeon. 2 steps don't contain dungeons as a possible step. And boys during a progress of 2/3 faction now receive prorated XP. As long as receive items rewarded for pissing half or more of the faction tale. Oh, I don't like that. See, you probably want to do anti like AFK or like more carry farm stuff like that. But honestly, I didn't mind if you join my game like in Warframe. If you join my game late at the relics and we're all at the thing, I'll help you out. You get your 10, or if you know at the missions last minute and you just join it for some other reason. It's like I'm not gonna be pissed at it. Like you know, you got a freebie, you got a free run. Congratulations. So improve timing and availability of faction tales around mid-wrath. Improve the density and available locations for faction tales and faction tale steps. Faction tales will appear around mid-wrath faster upon logging in. Reduce the downtime between being able to access another faction tale after completing one. That's just nice because I think there's like a 5-minute or so like cooldown between, or I mean like 3 or 4 minutes. And I do like being we can just do it now, which is great. So improve likelihood of 3-star faction tales around mid-wrath, which is good. I'd rather have those. Bounce XP you acquire per enclave rank up, increasing the maximum XP anyone can have. Our goal is to ensure that ranking out, especially for the first rank, feels much faster than before. Lands per rank require less thing than others, which is great because I had to grind for my arm. I think that took I want to say like maybe like 50 3-star missions and stuff like that, and then sometimes they glitch out. I think before they did it, you had to do like 120 missions to get your thing fully ranked up, which is really not good. But I understand at the time they wanted you to just have something to do and have something to look forward to, so they kind of just did that. But here's a fixed rates, which is great. Faction friends have an updated wares and costs, redeemable depending on your faction rank. Alka's children offerings. You can read all this yourself if you need to, because I know they would have these things even actually are. Other factions do bring in new dyes though. Let's see. Greyhound the Fire King Moore's Hand. I think every place has their own pendant now too, which is kind of cool. New elixirs and talismans. Ooh. Enclaves offer upgraded talisman and elixirs, all tuned to their respective virtues. New elixirs, Alka Children Dance Galdry. Increase the spirit by 10 for 1 hour. A vial of liquid spirit, drink to your virtue. So each one has their own elixirs. I know they had that. I gotta go. I gotta visit the old man and see what he's got. If I need anything else in next, I'll also switch factions. Another thing I found, I was just like, if you buy the fire pack and get the wild or the willed, you pretty much have pretty much don't have to buy the arm anymore. I don't know if there's master rank in this game or something like that, because if you don't need mastery, you can just use the will arm, which is the same thing but just primed. So using talisman in here, go through all that. New runes. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm still not too familiar with the runes myself. I've gotten runes. I haven't defeated enough bosses to get essential runes, stuff like that. But it's just name stuff like that. I don't think anything too important here. So if you need it for yourself, everything is right here. During all the Koga. So this is so this is right here. So we can read some of these right here. Parry shield attacks. Tear attacks from your shield reflect a portion of damage back. Ooh. Some arrows. Some volley arrows from the sky upon smiting. These are cool right here. So imagine having these on top of your passives already. So, being cloaked upon smiting will stealth kills, increase the duration of your stealth. Oh, attacks mark an enemy. Well, some attacks igniting that mark to deal damage. Oh, I need that because that's really good, because the fire hand already starts igniting people when you look at them. So they're slowly like igniting as the fight continues. So you can get a lot of like, this reminds me of Destiny with ignition or Scorch, and I love Scorch. It's like one of my favorite things in Destiny was to do solar builds and just blow everybody the fuck up with fire. It was great. So, release spectral blades from your blade, bruh. What? This is so cool. Everflame Greatsword, Siege Castle. So, are these Everflame Greatsword? So this is where you get these from, the Everflame. These are different ones. They don't say what they do though. They continue to arrive in the future updates. New totem variants. The totems variants now appear across different regions of Midwest, offering more ways to shape or build as you charm and rescue animals. A hearty new bounty of totems now roam Midwest. Such new strength may manifest to empower beyond a regular swing. Brutes to armor with a heavy swing, find health renewed, and striking foes to sprint and dodge, or perhaps even those with a revealed soul. Oh, this is cool. So essentially, high level areas release more mods essentially. New landmarks and old presence in Midrath, expanded old walls. Additional old walls have been placed throughout the overworld. These structures reshape the trails by introducing new zones that create more city movement throughout that landscape. I'd like to add the walls back. They knock them down, but like these walls kind of add like this kind of presence. You know what you're entering now when you go through these walls, which is cool. New encampments, bases, and POIs. Midrath now features new bases and landmarks that add a deeper sense of life, presence, and old occupation. Additions bring more life, presence, and threat to Midrath, offering new pockets of discovery and danger across the region. Herc the Collector, Mana's Collector changes. Oh, what's this all about? Musclet no longer appears in faction channels, but now roams Midrath as a town world event. This is how it should be. Because like I said, almost like public events in Destiny. Something like this is needed because it's just cool to have you just stumbling. You just see this giant ship, but you see it come out from the quest. You see this giant ship just flying here from the land. Then where you're like, somebody just start seeing, you'll see it time to time. We didn't have more public events like no side tangent. We just need to have this game full of content, just full of things always to do and exploring. Nothing too overwhelming, but like you always feel like there's always something around every corner, something always new that you haven't done before, variants on stuff like that. Just a lot of variants and things to do. So Leather Descends only in level 20 plus regions, appearing in a new location every 6 hours. The locations are globally synced for all envoys, which all count as a 6 hour cooldown between collectors. Additional improvements include refined combat behavior, rebalance rewards, performance optimization, and visual fixes. So here's a cool I left right here. We won't probably get through all these, at least the fixes. Any icon for curious interest, including Enclaves, Agari, Undiscovered Fables, Neathans, Glades of Honorin, and Denmark are city entrances. Add a hash indicator for bows, add a crosshair, always visible toggle, compass always visible. I don't think I should switch this on. Journal calls now live under one unified journal menu. Journal pages now improve readability, clear highlighting for tracking entries, and updated icons. Improved journal transitions, backers, and highlighting. Replaying a fable now places directly into active fables, which is nice. Just a lot of general changes here. We're not gonna get through all of these. We're not gonna get through any of them. A lot of fixes and stuff like that, and they'll all be here down in the patch notes. So, whew, that was a lot. And this is the even like half, because we're still getting more in Preludes 13. This is more of the ground for 13. So we're still getting a lot more stuff. They're just like throwing us out here for right now, and then piling a couple. I don't know if we're gonna get Preludes 13, but we're getting on the actual content you've been talking about. So in the next couple weeks, look out for it and I'll cover it. So a lot of great changes here. A lot of massively good changes. It's always good to see. Get y'all Founders Pack. Support this game. It's gonna be great. You will not be disappointed unless you like, how things going so far. So let me know in the comment section what's going on, what you like, what you don't like. We'll have a discussion. Talk about some things. But anyway, every happy Thanksgiving. Let's come out Thanksgiving. The other videos do come out if I do get to it in time. And yeah, take it easy.